Any questions on that? Everyone familiar with it? What an interface basically is, we can just say interface. And it will give this interface one method called update count, which will take in an integer count or whatever. What an interface does is it declares a method with no implementation for it. What you can use them for is declaring basically something that it does, depending on whatever framework it is. It'll go to the controller, and the controller will say, right, that button's been pressed. I'll do the +1 method in the model. And that's how it's helping to translate between the two layers. When that happens, it goes +1. The count increases, first thing that happens, and then it calls its own update observers method. It goes to here. Well, that's register observers. Update observers, and for each item in the observers list, you call update count on it, pass the number you've just increased to it, and from the interface here we can see how that works. That it takes update count with an integer. And that's how those two layers are communicating. So you can see the top to bottom thing of it going from clicking a button in the view, down to the controller, down to the model, and then going back up the way, actually bypassing the controller entirely, because it's just broadcasting to all of its observers that this thing has changed. And after that, the model has nothing to do with it. It doesn't actually mind if the view ever actually updates its own state, or if it discards the data entirely, or if it uses it for another purpose. You can probably see how in very, very complex programs, this becomes very useful in that you're not explicitly tying things together. Notice that in our model, we have no direct reference to the view. Like it holds no explicit reference to it, but at some point in the construction of the program, it will have registered as an observer through this method, and thereafter it will always be updated with the current state of the view, or the current state of the model, I should say. Any questions on how that little bit works? I'm trying to keep it as